I'd like to dedicate this video to a chap I'm just going to call D, and he's based in Wales, and I'd like to thank him very kindly for donating an unusual electric motor and a transformer. The reason for this is I think there's an experiment to be done about over unity. We keep hearing things on the internet about motors generating more power than what you actually put in it. I'll give you a quick example, which is this one.
A machine that could power your house for free. Well, that's exactly what two Australian inventors claim they've developed. Using magnets and a battery, their new generator has been described as revolutionary, and foreign investors are lining up for a piece of the action. Chris Allen reports.
So John, this is the machine?
Yes, this is it, Chris.
What's it capable of?
Well, it'll power a house. The machine will provide sufficient electricity to run a house and have power to burn.
It sounds too good to be true, but inventor John Christie is convinced his machine will change the world.
So John, basically you're saying this machine can produce 5 times as much power as it consumes?
Yes, it does. This one, exactly as we see it, it does. And in fact, it can produce more than that.
Once kick-started from a battery, John and his partner Lou Britz say this prototype will run for years without stopping, generating 24 kilowatts of power.
Well, I think he's actually right, but for some reason it's not actually getting there to the market. Now we're going to have a little play with a motor today and just see what we can actually do, but I do feel that over unity is possible, and we're going to have a look. Well, the main ingredient obviously is a very large electric motor. It's a brush type. You probably can't get a scale of the thing, but if I put my hand on it, you'll see literally how big this is. There's the shaft. That's quite some lump. It's rated 11 kilowatts and it wants 440 volts to run it. Well, we haven't got that, but we're going to run it anyway, my way. We're going to have a little look inside, so I'm just going to get these covers off and we'll have a little look. Okay, this is the interesting bit. Let's have a look at this massive commutator and brush set. There's about 8 brushes in there. Again, you probably really can't get a sense of scale, but if I put my hand in there you can see that that commutator is massive. Let's have a little look. There's lots of windings in there, what quite interesting. I'm not going to be able to really show you, but there's some things we can do with this to make it do things perhaps it wasn't meant for. So we're going to power it up in a minute. Let's have a little look in there. Probably doesn't look that big in there, but the diameter of that is a good 6 inches just on that commutator. Let's have a look. That is quite a big unit. Right, I think we'll power it up the normal way, the way it's meant to run. I see a light in there. I'm going to crank it right up in a minute. That's low speed. I haven't got 440 volts, that is flat out. That's wired in series. We've got field windings and the armature in series. I'm now going to put them in parallel and it will go slightly faster. It's a nice motor though, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to change these over, so bear with us. Right, this is normal. Right, now I'm going to run it on 2 batteries and do something really stupid. We're going to take this motor up so fast it will almost want to explode. It may well do the bearings in, but it's designed for 3000 RPM. I shall probably take it to 10,000 RPM. You know, it's got to have a strip down and a reverb anyway, so we'll just see what happens there. But this is going to be crazy, this next bit. Right, these 2 batteries are just going to excite a small field in that motor. There's hardly any current draw there at all. So I'm going to connect that. Now you're going to see some real speed. Let's get that on there. Alright, I'm going to start that very slowly. It's already starting to go. I'm not going to mess about, I'm just going to crank it right up because I know you're probably getting a bit bored watching this. Let's get a bit of light in there so you can see. It's going to be noisy. This motor's going to go so fast, or faster than it's ever gone before. That was the energy coming back out of it once it was disconnected.